Hey, what's up? It is DJ. We got some surprise new mods to take a look at today for Farming Simulator 22. A total 26 mods released. All platforms got 12 new and 9 updates. PC Mac players got 2 new and 3 updates. And if you like staying updated yourself with all the latest mods of Farming Simulator, make sure you subscribe. Let's check them out. Starting off today with new ones for all platforms, we have the 8R Series Black Pack. It includes the John Deere 8R, the 8RT, as well as the 8RX. Now, you probably noticed on the RT and the RX that, well, the wheels are black. Also, our hubs on the 8R are also black. Now, most of all this stuff is customization that we've seen before. So we've got all the engines you would expect to see all the way up to a 410 chiptune. It's 550 horsepower, by the way. Maybe looking for that. All the wheel options you could ever want and need. We do have options for US and EU, including custom rear hitches on there, which is nice. Glass color, you can darken that out if you want to. Configurations for the front, we've got 3-point front weight, and then we've got some grids there. Now, chassis. The black is there. It would have been cool to have like all the colors because I'm not a fan of this black. That's on me, so I will say that. But the matte black is at best for me personally. Would have been nice to have a couple different options through there, but it is what it is. We also have the design, which is going to be a couple little green pieces around, including the logo, which could be changed up to black. Now, the rim colors, they gave us all the options in the world, so you can choose through there. I think the Onyx probably looks about the best, at least compared to the black of the tractor. So there's that if you want it. Now we also have these same options whenever you go over to the 8R and the 8RT and 8RX. Again, makes everything black. Yeah, I guess hence the name, right? Loading into the game, and it is quite dark. And I will tell you, there's really only one thing you can do. It's open and close that door. And that's about the only difference between this one and the base game ones, other than, well, of course, all the customization. Also, it's probably important to let you guys know that these are going to be found at the very top of the list if you like going into mods and DLCs like I do. They're not going to be found with the John Deere stuff. They're just found in like the number 8 stuff at the top. Next, we have the CNH 8-row corn headers fully animated. We have a case version and a New Holland version. And if you're curious, these will match up with the 770 and the 7150 from the base game, although you can use these with anything you want. A little bit smaller, so I'd probably just use something else. 6 meters at 6 miles an hour, and they weigh 3 tons. We do have a couple options with the case version. We have the 2014 through 2020 model, and then the 2021 and on model. We also have end-row configurations. You can throw those on there, and we have a protective screen, which can be thrown on. We also have main colors. Now, you may be saying, well, let's change it. It's not a main color. Well, it's actually the center marker. Check out the center row right there. See the marker on it? Yeah, it denotes the center of your header. I don't know a whole lot about that other than, well, it's in the middle. So it can only be one thing, right? As far as the New Holland, we've got none of the year markers, but we do have the end rows, and we can throw the protective screen on there. And then our middle marker is actually blue on this. But if you don't want it there, you can just keep it on yellow, and you are good. Now, the name hints at these being fully animated, and indeed they are. They're animated in a way so that they could fold up so you could transport them on tighter roads. If we go in, we can actually see what headers to use for these. You're going to be using the N20T on there. So you can choose that and be good to go. However, well, they're just here, aren't they? They are. Here's your unfolding animation, which I think looks fantastic. Drop it down, unfold the combine harvester real quick just to show you how it's working. There you go. Fully animated. Looking awesome. Yeah. And if it matters, see, here it is on the folding trailer that it recommends that you use. Boom. There we go. And then we can fold the trailer up and bring it around. There it is. So, yeah. Works just fine, and yes, it does actually fold it up a lot more comfortably. You get around just anywhere with this thing. Haha! Next is something cool. This is the Fendt GTA Platform from Creative Mesh. This holds 1,100 liters in the bulk platform setup. However, we can make it a loading platform as well, which is nice, and then we could change up all the settings. Now, this is kind of neat because Creative Mesh, well, they've helped work on all of the stuff for the Fendt GTA and the Xylon. So let's get ourselves one of these. Now, I have right here set up the Fendt GTA ready for you. Don't expect this to work on the Xylon, by the way. Two different tractors. Grab this, bring it around towards the front, and the animation will bring it around perfectly. So this now gives us a little tipper on the front. Not to put too fine a point on it, but that's what it is. So we come in here, put some wheat in there, and then we can bring it around and do what we want to. It was actually a tractor, I think, right across the road from Fendt for him in Germany that had one of these on it, which was super duper cool. But it works just like a normal tipper. Doesn't hold a lot, but again, works great. Next, we got a round baler for you, the Lizard 2120 Evolution Evo, 125 centimeter round bales, 45 horsepower required at 9 miles per hour. Also weighs 2.1 tons, if that matters to you. Now, speed limit decal on the back, you can throw that on a couple different spots or just not have it at all, and a couple different red colors. Next is the Claas Disco Packs from WolfX Modding, something we talked about on Farm Sim News what feels like a month ago at this point. We do have security plate options on there, and then all of the mowers are kind of the same, but they just have different working with. So this would, for example, the 24, 2.4 me to work with, 50 horsepower at 13 miles an hour. The 28 is, well, 2.8, same horsepower, same mile per hour, and then the 3.2, same horsepower, same mile per hour, same security plates. At that point, just go with the big one. They're also pretty cheap as well, 8, 10, and 12,000 respectively. Next up, the Lizard SNCP 108. Now, in the game, this is calling this a plow. However, on the mod hub, it is showing as a disc harrow. So we will see about that. 300 horsepower, 10.4 me to work with at 10 miles per hour. The big boy wheel options from BKT, Trelleborg, and then we have decals and stickers of yes and no. Those are going to be the SNCP stickers as well as the Lizard stickers on the back. Main color, we've got a bunch of different color options through here to choose from, which is good with a nice baby blue, and then rim colors, chrome as usual. However, you have a lot more to choose from in there. Let's get ourselves one of those. Let's find a tractor that'll pull this. So I'm going for a John Deere 7R base game one. Just got 350 horsepower, so it should be more than enough through here. And it says disc harrow and plow both. We say allow create fields or limit fields. So that tells me we're probably got a plow, and it's showing us cultivated states. Interesting. Let's bring it over here. Let's see what we get outside the field. Nothing. But we can create the field on the outside. So, what is going on with this? Well, it's actually both. As you can see here at the front, we have a plow texture, and then towards the back, we have a cultivated texture. So, it is technically a plow, but it's also technically a disc harrow. It's both. And that's kind of neat. We don't get too many of these. Moving along, we got a couple placeables for you. The Old Workshop Halls Pack. So this has two buildings in it. We have the Old Workshop Hall, and then we have the Old Fuel Depot. Old Fuel Depot is going to hold 15,000 liters of fuel, and it's going to cost $15,500. Looks pretty cool, and it is definitely an old fuel depot. I like that. But I wanted to go there because this building is super duper cool. So it's split up into 3 different sections. So first section is just 4 doors. Now we have a door here, but I'm not gonna spoil it yet. If we go around towards the front, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we've got another door right here, singular door. Again, more doors going back and forth between both of these. Yeet, very cool, very cool. Now we skip that and go over to the main workshop area. This is such a detailed, lots of different stuff everywhere. Workshop. It's very cool, and it's very clearly labeled on where your worked vehicle is going to be. Worked vehicle? That's not the right word for that. It's like these people doors. I don't remember what the pedestrian doors? Is that what they're called? They're called people doors. Nonetheless, very cool, super duper neat and awesome. I love this so much. I mean, the details just off the chart with this. I'm fanboying over a building. Never thought that would happen. Oh yeah, and the big building costs $55,000. So fairly cheap compared to some other stuff that we have. The next one for all platforms I have to show you in the mod hub because I can't find them in my game anywhere. The Podlasian Buildings Pack. It's supposed to be 4 pigsties, but I, for one, can't seem to find them anywhere. I have looked and looked and looked. I've re-downloaded them 3 times. Still not showing up in my game. I don't know what else to do. They're not in sheds. They're not in containers or tools. Definitely not in animals and pigs. I don't know where else to look. Hey, do you have them in your game? Let me know. Some things that are in the game, though, are the wooden buildings from Partson V3. This includes 3 different buildings. There's chicken coop, barn, and shed with workshop. This first one is going to be the barn. So this is the ability to store bales and pallets, which is very cool. And we can even add and remove a couple little partitions right here. Now, as far as that marker and this marker, you got me. But all I do know is that you can bring in your bales from here, bring them to here, and then they'll just kind of launch over, which is kind of nice. So that's, in a nutshell, that building. Then we have the workshop. Now, this is an area where you can park up combine harvester, maybe a tractor, something like that. And then we come around toward the backside here. Love this. And then in here is the setup for that, which is kind of neat. I do think the shelves look a little bit new for the building and everything else, but what are you going to do, complain about it? I don't know, just let it be. And then we have a chicken coop over here, which holds 100 head of chicken, which is very, very cool. Now the building right here, a little area, it's a little difficult to get it out of some of these spots, so just be aware. There's your chickens, yeah, 100 in that whole area. It's pretty cool. Next, we've got a new mod from Superfly. This is the Modern Medium Workshop. This has 4 large bays, each of which can be running straight through here, so you can drive straight through, which is nice. You don't have to use semi-trucks or anything like that. You use whatever you want. You can also work on your vehicles. There's no work kind of area, but there's just a trigger, which is nice. But this one over here is my favorite button. So you hit this button, and the roof goes away. Now, the reason the roof goes away is so that you can take other things, like, for example, I don't know, this. Turn off the collision, and it just kind of fits in there. You probably don't want to run that. I'm not even sure if I have any placeables that are good to run inside here, but you can put a washer in there, so you can turn it into a wash bay. If you've got a small enough house, you could put that in there if you want to. This is kind of nice and prevents you from having to do everything like straight in, like from the side like that. You can actually plan it all from the top. And then once you're done, boop, put the roof back on. The roof go back on. That is very, 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 very neat. So you can still do it. It's just a little bit more difficult. You can also put it on the roof. Yeah, that's how that works. Also, there's a ton of colors, so you can choose what you want. Oh, I made it float. Yeah. Next to last is the Old Sheds Pack. So these are some old sheds for storing vehicles or equipment, whatever you want to do. But there's a lot of them. There are a whole bunch of them. We've got some nice door openings here. I do like that it's red, which makes it, I don't know, a little bit American, a little bit, older, stuff like that. There are a bunch of different buildings in different shapes, different sizes, different door layouts, all kinds of stuff. Some of them look kind of like each other, so there is that. There's also a custom awning, so you can make your own awning area. There's other small bits and bobs like this. So, for example, if I wanted to take these 2, for example, so we've got this one right here, so we'll put that there. Then we'll take this one and turn on the free build, and then boop. Well, now we've got, whoop, there it is, one building that looks like, well, 2 buildings that look like one, because everything lines up perfectly down the middle. So it's not a modular buildings pack, but you can use it in that way. It's kind of neat. And lastly, we have production for seeds. These include a cereal factory, grain mill, farm shop, grain elevator, and delivery bulk. Now, here is the thing. All of these require the seeds add-on mod. So you will have to have that to make any of these work. Now, the seeds add-on, what it does is it adds some seeders in it that makes it to where you have to use specific seed. It is limited, and there's not a whole lot in there, to be fair. However, you can make your own seeds. Basically takes the factories, the existing factories in the game, which, by the way, some of these buildings are a little bit big. Small complaint for me. They're just way too big right here, way too big. But you can do it if you want to. Jumping back in real quick just so you can see. Obviously, we have almost all of the stuff in here. We even have carrot, parsnip, and potato, beetroot. So we can take those in, 1,000 in, 1,000 out, etc., etc. So pretty much they've taken cereal factory, grain mill, farm shop, and elevator, and made them also make the seeds. And just so you could see, because there's no reason to download the productions if you're not going to be using the seeds add-on, these are the seeders and planters that it utilizes. And yes, those are the base game pieces of equipment. You've also got all of these that you could buy as well. So you could buy them beforehand, but now you can also produce them. Jumping over to updates for all platforms, we have the Old Stream Farm expansion version 1001. Removed issues where $0 missions were displayed in the contracts, and removed the collision of posts between field 52 and 53. Next up, the Matador Gigant version 1001. Fixed the threshing animation, fixed the reel animation, and fixed displayed brand for cutters. Next up, swap body with tail lift version 101. They've added attachment support for Rigid X2, Rigid X3, TLX exclamation point Max Superliner. Messed that one up. TLX Phoenix series, etc. Now, etc. is not really great here because what else? Tell us. Moving along, the Bale, Bailey, and Pallet trailer version 2001 fixed incorrect textures on the Bale 18, fixed incorrect logo on the Bale 18 sides, fixed real lights on the Bale 16, added missing decal on the 16, and added missing reflectors to the 16. Lizard VMB 14 version 1.2 added option to select auto load function, hey that's great, and added configuration for warning elements, reflectors, warning tables, and warning triangle. Lizard A8 version 1001 added field rail as a configuration, smooth roller texture corrected, correction of the color choice of the spiked roller, and added vibration to the reels. Old Barn 1001 added bought with farmland and a mod description version updated. CSZ Implements Pack version 2.1 added support for foil wrap and a new color configuration and various minor functional fixes to the machine. And Windmill 1.4 new textures added. Jumping over to new ones for PC and Mac players, we got the Sipma Z-261. This is a round baler for you guys. It says 3,000 liters, but all bales are a little bit different. However, it will make 125 centimeter round bales, only 45 horsepower required, 6 mile per hour max speed. We do have a couple different setups for stickers, including the Sipma without any LFMR made colors. Hope you like red, and rim colors, well, a little bit different there. And your only other new one for PC and Mac players today is menu shortcut keys. This mod adds the ability to use shortcut keys in the game menu. Access the menu by pressing the escape key, and while in the menu, you can press left shift to see the key annotations in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. The displayed key is a shortcut to access the menu page. For example, C for calendar, M for map. Sometimes there's multiple pages per single key. For example, C can change between calendar and crops pages, and you can press the same key twice to toggle between these pages. Shortcut keys depend on the game language. Use the first letter of the page name for that specific language. They do also say that if you don't know what key to use for a page, you can manually go to the page and hold left shift, as mentioned earlier, to see the shortcuts. This is cool. I don't know how quickly this is going to change my gameplay any, but it is kind of neat and something different. Lastly, let's talk about PC and Mac updates. The first one is going to be the map, the Farmhouse. This is version 101. They say map for consoles and PC, which unfortunately is actually not the case. It's still for PC only. They've also deleted the script, added activation markers in the workshop, modified farmland's price, and minor fixes. Production Revamp 1504 updated the RU translation, and Through the Years version 1012 fixed a bug with sales items disappearing on relog, fixed a bug where items were not available on year change, and added support for replacing mission vehicles with what is available. And that is it. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I was not expecting mods at all. I even slept in today thinking, well, it'll be news and that'll be it. But nope, here we are. Hope you enjoyed them, and hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you did. Get subscribed if you know. Join the DjGoHam fam. Check out Farm Sim News. Already dropped that earlier today. Just have a great day. Happy Monday. We'll see you later.